another totally different milestone to talk about now, a question from Rebecca. It says, we are retired, completely debt-free, and adequately funded. How does the FOO apply to us? Any suggestions for the decumulation phase of life? So once you have kind of checked some of these boxes, what do you have to say to those people?
I don't mind jumping in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I put a lot of thought. And Rebecca, I know Millionaire Mission, if you go read the reviews on Amazon and everywhere else it's sold, you'll see a lot of people are saying that this thing is great for those starting out. But I will tell you, even some of my trolls who've out there and be like, I've already heard everything this guy says, so I'm only giving this 3 stars because I listened to the show already.
I was like one person.
Yeah, I know. It's one person, but I'll read these things. I pay attention
I just wanted to clarify. Carry on.
I think, Rebecca, if you go look at the last few chapters of Millionaire Mission, I put a lot of effort into talking about what you do once money is not just the tool that pays your bills and funds your financial independence because you own your time. You now need to start thinking about, that's why we talk about the 5 levels of wealth. That's why I talk about the questions I ask myself whenever I make any financial decision, because I think that these are the type of things where once you get in this territory, Rebecca, it's hard. It's not like because you don't have a lot of friends and relatives you can talk about because it looks like you're just trying to flex on them when you say, hey, look, I'm retired, I'm debt-free, and I probably have enough money to take me for the rest of my life. You tell people that they already like, I don't like this person, but you have questions because nobody ever tells you when you get to these situations, how do I handle this? How do I maximize? How do I live my best life, but also let my money represent and create the legacy that I find purposeful and ties into my why? I've tried to put effort on that, and then I'll say this: beyond Millionaire Mission, this is, Rebecca, exactly what we do for clients as well, as we try to work on the legacy part so you feel like, hey, I know what to do with my money. I'm maximizing not only the financial gains, but I'm maximizing what my money can do for my family, for my charities, and everything else that you find important in life.
Yeah, we say money is not a goal, it's a tool, and it's a tool that helps you do and achieve the goals. Well, the financial order of operations is really about bolstering the tool belt. It's about getting all the tools in place so that then you can focus on the goals. Well, now that you've already made it through, you're already debt-free, so you don't have any low-interest debt. I'm assuming that all your prepaid future expenses like college and weddings and all that stuff is kind of funded. So now, thanks for holding it up. By the way, if you want your copy of the FOO, you can go to moneyguy.com/resources. Once you have gotten to financial independence, now you get to focus on the goals. Now you get to focus on the fun stuff. Well, what's really, really interesting is that no two people are alike and no one's goals are the exact same. So for some people, it might be, okay, how do I use these resources to go travel around the world? I want to be in a different country for 6 months out of the year every year, and that's great. For some people is, hey, I want to go be closer to grandkids and I want to be able to do that, and that's great. And for some people, I want to volunteer and I want to pour into charity and there are no rules when it comes to financial independence because you have now solved the money problem. You now get to apply the rules that make sense for your situation, all the while making sure that you're keeping it inside the bounds that you don't run out of money. So I would argue that the financial order of operations, technically as it's written in the 9 steps, that is for the accumulation part. But once you get to financial independence, then it gets a whole lot more specialized. And that's exactly what Brian was alluded to. That's what we help our clients do, is help you figure, okay, now that I'm here, how do I make sure that not only, I figured out how to make the wealth. Now, how do I maintain the wealth? And then what am I going to do to use the wealth to really live the life that I want to live on my terms? That's a lot of people think financial advisors, the thing we do is tell people save, invest. And while that is part of the job, I would argue one of the most fulfilling parts of the job is saying, no, go on the trip, spend the money, buy the beach house, do the thing, have the experience, because that's what all the hard work is for. The hard work was not to leave this earth and leave behind just a gigantic pot of money. It was get to enjoy the fruits of the labor that you've put in to building that wealth over the long term.